Hi, folks, and as I am recording this, it is the end of September, and although only the end of September, it means that the dark times are coming. So what do I mean by the dark times? Well, part of it is the dark times that the days are getting a lot shorter, but depending upon where you live, we're entering that period of time where not only the days are shorter, there may be snow and ice outside shortly, difficult to get outside, activities with the kids, all kinds of things. And most people really get a lot of fitness built up over the summer and the fall, and then there's the worry about, well, I really don't want to lose it over the winter. So, what can I do? Because I can't run like I was able to run before. Well, you don't necessarily need to be able to run like you did before. There's things you can do. So let's talk about Lance Armstrong. So I'm sure you might all remember when Lance Armstrong retired from competitive cycling, he decides, hey, I want to do a marathon. Now, he did pretty minimal training for the New York Marathon, and he goes out there and he ran like 2:57 or something. He really had a great time, although the time wasn't as good as he had hoped to do that. So how in the world was he able to do that? It's because he had this huge aerobic base from all the cycling he had done for years and years and years. And that aerobic base from cycling all counted towards the marathon. What kept him from doing better in the marathon was he just hadn't run enough, because you do need to do running in order to be able to run really well. But the aerobic, that can come from any place. So every race distance from 800 meters on up is largely aerobic. So in a 5K, it's 84% aerobic. In the half, it's 98%. That might be 96, but 96, 98%. And in the full, it's darn near 100% aerobic. So that aerobic base is very important for every race distance that, at least as of right now, any of you are running. And that aerobic base can come from anywhere. It doesn't matter where you get it. That's why Lance Armstrong was really able to do so well. All that base really counted. So you do have to do some running, though. So if you want to get better at running, you don't go out and shoot free throws. Just like you don't go out and do just cycling, you've got to be doing some running. So the running may be a little bit less as you get to the winter months, and that's okay, but we don't want to eliminate, we want to keep that in there and make sure that we're supplementing with other aerobic activities if that's what you need to do. Now, here's the key to doing that. So for me, I'll give you an example. My aerobic zone from a heart rate perspective is about 120 up to 155. So if I want to improve my aerobic fitness, I need to have my heart rate in that area. Doesn't mean that's the number for you. That happens to be what the numbers are for me. Now, a lot of times when I do some of my cross training, I do the elliptical, and frankly, on the elliptical, I only get my heart rate up to 105. Could I get that higher? Yeah, I just don't. Does that mean I shouldn't be doing the elliptical? No, there's certainly some benefits to doing that. It's activity, there's some active recovery, but it's really not doing anything for me from an aerobic benefit of improving that performance. So whether it's elliptical, rowing, jump roping, biking, there's all kinds of different aerobic activities. Anything you do where you can get that sustained aerobic effort is going to count towards improving or maintaining your aerobic base until that time comes when you can run a little bit more. And frankly, maybe you can never run a little bit more. That always counts. I guess the final thought I'll leave you with that. I think most people have heard about people training for 3 days and being able to run a great marathon. What they don't always hear is that the other 2 days are really high aerobic days, 45 to 60 minutes of sustained aerobic. They kind of don't do that part. They just do the 3 days, then they find out they don't have a real good marathon. So anyway, the dark days are coming. But whether it's the dark days or the light days, there's a lot of things that you can do that aren't just running that might fit your schedule better to help you with your aerobic endurance.